up? What's up? Hopefully you guys are having a good day. Let's pop out these chats. We're going to do something different today, guys. We're not going to have... Well, actually, let's do it. Let's try and do it this time. No copy. No copyright.
Since the dawn of time,
Give me a second, guys. I just want to get some background music going. And I have to sort through and try to find the right background music, because when it uploaded on YouTube, it said that there was a copyright issue with the music. So I'm trying to find something that's not going to be copyrighted. Let's do that. Okay, so let's do this, guys. Let's go to AUD/USD, because that seems to be the one that works all the time. Okay. Right, we're back. We're back after a weekend. A nice weekend, guys. Hope you guys had a good weekend as well. And let's start the week green again. Yeah, let's pin the message. Let's copy it, paste it there on YouTube. Pin the message. Okay. Right. Drop this down. Oh man, come on. Give me a second, guys. Okay, that's fine. All right. We don't have any news today, so it's not. I'm not expecting any massive moves today. Right. Let's get rid of some of these charts. Hey, I'm live on Kick if you want to come pop on and say how's it. Lekker, bro. Okay, let's clean up these charts a little bit. Okay, is this fair value gap still valid? Technically it is, but let's put it across. Why not? You know, this one is not valid. We're still going to do a top down from each. You know what? Remove. Yes. I'm actually going to remove on all the charts because it's just easier that way. Okay. Like I said, guys, we have No news today, really speaking. Remove 36 drawings, yes. Okay. Let's look at the daily, guys. Let's look at the daily. Let me just hide this quickly, just so I can get a clear view. We have respected this daily fair value gap 1, 2, 3, and 4 times, guys. That's 4 days of respecting this fair value gap. What does that tell you? It means that if this was going to break up and keep pushing, it would have done it by now. This was a very strong candle to push up to carry on going up. And I do think there is still a chance to go for these all-time highs. Okay. Up here. Right. Since there is that equal highs? Yes, it is. So we have equal highs here, more or less on the daily. So it is a strong draw on liquidity, guys. And now if today we close above this point here, this fair value gap, and we close above it, then I do believe we will go for these equal highs at the top here. Okay, so today is a no news Monday. So a lot of people are going to stay out of the charts today. A lot of people are just going to be like, nah, not trading today, simply because of that. Okay, why is this like this? Do I have a connection issue or something? Okay, well, anyway. So, guys, just bear that in mind. It is a no news Monday. So I don't expect miracles happening today. But at the same time, we're going to be here. You know, we're going to look at the charts. We're going to see if anything happens. I have been working at trying to... I'm going to be doing something different very soon. And it's very extreme. It's very risky. And I'm hoping that it's going to work out. So yeah, I will reveal it when it actually starts materializing. So hopefully soon I'll be able to tell you guys about it. But it is trading related. It is just basically a different way of looking at how to pass challenges and stuff. So we're going to see. But anyway, so we will talk about that when the time comes. Cancel. Not trading anything right now. Okay, so that's the daily. We're in a daily fair value gap. I expect, since we took previous day lows, that we could possibly respect this fair value gap and come down. I mean, previous day highs, sorry, and come down to maybe try and push for previous day lows. If that's the case, then this Nasdaq is going to just melt, right? But we are at previous day highs, and normally the trend is your friend until it's not. Okay, so technically speaking, overall on the daily is still technically bullish, but until it inverses this daily fair value gap, then we are bearish, if that makes sense. Now, you see how many times on the 4 hour it's come up, respected, come down, respected, come down, respected, come down. Like, if it was going to break through, it would have done it by now. That's my opinion. So the 4 hour, we have a fair value gap that was inversed. It's probably going to take this high here, although it never did. So I'd expect this candle to come up here, take the high, and then make a decision and go down. That's my opinion. Look at the hourly. Same thing with the hourly. Big fair value gap above, big fair value gap there. Respected multiple times, just going sideways. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. Look at the 15 minutes. Again, we don't draw the 4 hour fair value gaps. We don't draw the hourly fair value gaps because we have an indicator that's done it for us, right? As you can see. So this inversed this fair value gap here, right, on the hourly, and came up again there's no real fair value gap here on the 15 to retest, but there could be one on the 5 or the smaller time frame. So interesting. So now we're on the 5 minutes. We have an inverse here, same thing on the hourly. My thoughts on the matter is that there's a 4 hour below, there's an hour below. This area here might be a pullback area. If it's going to go up, it'll come all the way down to this hourly and then maybe push up. So either way, I think this is going to be an area of interest here, in my opinion. Let's bring this back on. So in other words, today can be massive if we're targeting the previous day low. However, it's a no news Monday. Some people are going to be like, I'm not trading today because it's that. They want volume in the markets. 4 hour and 1 hour on this indicator is saying us bullish, okay, because of the overall trend going up. Now, it wouldn't surprise me to find out that this might come up, take the highs, and then come down, take the lows, because it's bounced off previous day high level. This area here has interest. Yeah, that's my analysis on Nasdaq so far. I don't know, it has to break, I think, below this area here for it to be really like, okay, now we're going for the Asia lows, we're going for all this liquidity down here potentially. So until it does, I think it could still play around over here, go back up to this London high, sweep that again, and then come down, you know. So we'll see how this plays out. ES, let's cancel that. Look at the 5. Okay, ES looks very similar to Nasdaq, which is a good thing. Okay, which means if an SMT forms at any point during New York session, then at least we know the SMT is strong. Okay, there is an inverse, so it pushed up, displacement up, inverse this 5 minute fake value gap here, and now has retested it. So that's why I said if ES goes up to take this, Nasdaq will do the same, and then we'll see what happens after that. Let's look at gold, our nemesis gold. Let's reset the chart. Okay, we have, oh gosh, okay, we'll start on the daily. Let's get rid of that. Look at gold, guys. Like, I mean, how do you just trade against gold at the moment? Right? I said last time that on the weekly time frame, there was a massive green candle, and there could be a correction with gold. And this is what happened. It did correct, but not as far as I thought it was going to come down here, right? So I think if today's daily candle ends up red, like here somewhere, okay, like hypothetically down here, and the next candle ends up red as well, I think we could look at a proper pullback, but we'll see. 4 hourly, okay, there's 39 minutes on this candle, so we'll see if it inverses. Look at the lower time frame, it's pumping. I'm getting to the lower time frame, bruh. It is pumping, that's for sure. Are you in this, Khan, or not? I don't know if you'd enter at this time. You normally wait for your 9:30. But yeah, like I said, guys, gold is, until gold is showing signs of actually reversing on us, you have to kind of just keep going long, I guess. People will just keep getting wrecked trying to go short over and over again. We learned that lesson hard. Both Kine and I learned it very hard. Months and months and months ago, we used to try and predict, okay, I think gold's coming down now. I think gold's coming down now. We just got knied. Yeah, I think he learned that lesson quicker than I did. I still had a few attempts after him, but that's why we know that if the trend is that strong going up, it's like longs are very, yeah, a lot more juicier than shorts, to be fair. If you look on the 15-minute, all this consolidation is going up, down, up, down, up, down. Now, if this wasn't gold and this was something else, euro, for example, and I saw this respecting this fair, if it respects this 15 minutes, right? So if it does this and respects this, it's just left the fair value gap there on the 15, right? So if this came down, inverse this after this accumulation and showed signs of being bearish, that would be interesting to me. But because it's gold, you're now going in the opposite direction. It's not as interesting anymore, I should say. So we look at euro. Let's clear the charts, get rid of all this. Okay. Euro, we look at the daily. Let's just do that. Swept the highs, came down. Market structure shift here, but it respected the fair value gap. Pushed up. Where is another fair value gap? Up here. So this could potentially be a reverse area here if you're going to come down. However, if we just come down here and inverse this fair value gap, then I know, okay, at least we're testing this fair value gap again. So we look at the 4 hour, same thing. Hour, not much happening, I guess. Either moves have happened already or moves are waiting to be happen, one of the two. Not too exciting here. We have swept a bunch of liquidity to the left. All of this has been swept. Technically. Just look on the hourly again. We are respecting an hourly fair value gap. So if you take that into consideration, now I'm not saying this is an actual trade, guys, but just bear with me with my thought process here, okay? This is a bunch of accumulation on the 15 minutes. It's now come down, swept this, swept this, swept this. And if you look all the way to the left, it even swept this. And if you look at the hourly, just to put things into perspective, yeah, there to there. Okay. We have inversed the hourly, but it's Look how we've just moved back in. So context wise, let's look at the indicator again. Previous day low was swept, right? So we're looking at previous day high could be a target. So context, let's look at the 4 hour. Yeah, it's rejecting the 4 hour, it's rejecting the 1 hour. Let's look at the 5 minute just to see. Okay, so the 15 minute is basically the one to go if you were looking at going maybe long on this. Okay, you could enter up here, any point up here, stop loss below the fair value gap for a quite a long trade, so you can put a decent big stop loss here and potentially catch a long on euro. Now this would have to be a long that you would hold, and it's not a 2-second long where if you enter and a minute later you decide to exit, because it's on the 15-minute chart. The higher the time frame, the longer you kind of need to leave the trade. It's just common sense, right? Now, more common sense would dictate that if it respects the fair value gap that it's doing right now and inverses this fair value gap, then obviously it then would dictate that you could look for a short to go down. So technically it would then start trying to sweep all this liquidity, you know, and it could target down here. It's literally, that's what it could do, right? It doesn't mean that it has to inverse to come up. No, we react, we don't predict. So we don't say, I'm going to put a just go long here because I know for sure that it's going to go up. No, you can't. Nobody can know. Well, there are a few people that probably do know because they are market movers, inside makers, presidents, things like that. So some people are privy to that information, but I don't think the general 99.99999% of people that are trading this market can actually say they predict the markets. They can react off key levels, and based on pattern recognition, they can make an educated guess. That's fine. Based on pattern recognition, sure. So if you've seen this happen, let's say 100 times before, you've seen a trade like this play out, and out of that 100 times, you say let's say about 60 to 70% of the time, in your head, if you had to just guess, you would say, okay, this trade actually plays out. So the risk is now a lot less because you've now said that this trade will play out 70% of the time. So that's a good, how do I say, a good risk to do. So then, unless you're risking your whole account, you just risk this. You can even decrease the amount that you want to go in with, and then you basically, yeah. So that's how I would look at it. So I would need this to close above the next 15 minute, because it's not going to do it now. So the next 15-minute candle needs to close above, not too high. If it closes up here and sweeps this liquidity and closes here, then this trade is null and void. It's no good. It's risk just went up massively, firstly, and the odds of it actually working has now dropped because you have now swept liquidity and respecting a big fair value gap like this. So just like these candles, it could literally just come up, respect, come down, which is why you would need to enter here, go to break even somewhere around here, and then hopefully either not get stopped out at break even or get stopped out at break even and not lose your trade. It's that simple. Okay, so we look at AUD, guys. Reset the charts. Okay, we've already taken it off. We've taken this. Okay. So on the daily, we're looking at respecting a fair value gap. Look at these bounces from this fair value gap. 4 hour, same thing. Hourly, similar thing. So for now, I would say bullish. That's my opinion. Even though those say bearish. If you look at the 15, we'll have to see, I guess. Market opens for Forex now, so volume should be coming in. We haven't seen too much volume. Let's look at the 5. Let's turn this back on. Previous day high was taken. Boom, 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 boom. So we're probably looking at previous day low as a target, right? That's one of the key things, guys, is previous day high and previous day low are one of the strongest draws on liquidity. Plain and simple, right? Yes, news highs, news lows that are significant can be massive draws on liquidity. Absolutely right. External liquidity, sure, like this, right? Great, right? But generally speaking, a lot of times price will chase, sorry, previous day low, previous day high. That's just the way it is. Okay. So I just had to do something on my WhatsApp while I was a little bit busy. Let's look at cheap. Okay, we were on AUD. So yeah, previous day high, previous day low, bearish, bearish. So this could very well. It's now swept Asia lows, I mean London lows, and now it can easily go down, target some of this liquidity on the left, but the ultimate target will be here at the bottom. So if we can catch something maybe on the way down, that'll be great. Okay. So look at the daily. Let's get rid of the drawings. Let's get rid of this. Okay. We are respecting a fair value gap multiple times, but it is kind of indecisive. So very unclear. GBP, JPY, I think I'm going to just chill for a bit on trying to trade that. Focus on these 3 and these 2. Mostly. If I see something at GBP, JPY that's extremely obvious, then maybe we can look at that. But until then, yeah. Right, so gold. Look at gold. Khan. Look at gold. Sure. If only you did take that, bro. I know it's not, it breaks your rules if you took it, but yeah. Well, I guess this is the boring part, guys. Unless people ask questions and unless there's conversations in the chat. I don't even get emojis anymore. Alright, guys, come on. Yeah, unless there's actual questions about trading. Maybe what I'll do is just to pass a bit of time is go through some strategies with you guys. Okay. So the ones that I'm familiar with is the inverse fair value gap strategy, the market maker model client strategy, right? For the most part. The AMD strategy, the power of three, right? Basically. The orb strategy on the 5 or the 15. Okay. What are the other ones? Of course, you got support and resistance, which are your basic ones. Which ones should we talk about today? I think okay. I don't think I really need to get into massive details on some of the basics when it comes to trading, because there's ton of RCT videos, there's TJR videos where he goes through basics like liquidity and fair value gaps and all this stuff. So if anybody wants to learn that way, I think rather just listen. I think everyone should listen to an RCT video, a couple videos, to get your foundation grounded. So you can get a grounding foundation as to what trading is, how it works, what fair value gaps are, what liquidity is, all this stuff. And then you can, of course, decide from there which strategy sounds the best to you, that resonates with you. And I would love to do some videos on making it as basic and simple as possible, because I think that's what a lot of people miss or lack in their courses, is because they try and in order to sell a course to people that are trading, it has to look and feel like it's very professionally done, which means length of the course is very important as well. Instead of just having a short, to the point, this is it, exactly, if I had to hold your hand, it would be that much easier type of course, versus trying to fit as many words on a page as possible to make it look as professional, and throw a bunch of unnecessary things that either the person is never going to look at, never going to use, but it's just helpful to know, okay, which nobody cares. People are here trying to learn how to make money. And if you can't just make a course that's simple for people to understand, that is literally like, it's as basic as looking at and reading just a normal book, then I don't understand. You know, you guys should just go to a person that simplifies it. You know? What I mean by that is that there are some people, and I have looked at multiple courses, guys. And when I say multiple courses, I'm talking about at least 8 to 10 different courses, different discords, paid for multiple different people. I can't remember the one course I did was with that one guy with the ginger beard, and it was a very high risk, you know. So it worked with breaker blocks mainly, um, and it was the stop loss was so small, so it was very high risk to reward. So it was like very like if you won the trade, you'd win like 1:10 because the stop loss was so small. Problem is because the stop loss is so small that it's sort of easy to get stopped out. So that's the only that was a big downsize, and or downside I should say. And you had to kind of guess when he was getting in because he would talk about the trades, he would talk about the charts, but he wouldn't say, okay, if this candle closes this way, I'm going to get in and my stop loss is going to be here. He didn't do that. And to be fair to him, a lot of streamers don't do that because, and this is the misconception, this is the biggest misconception that new traders will have when they look at a influencer trader that's on TikTok, Instagram, and they join their Discord. Okay, very few people, and I can only think of maybe off the top of my head, I would say two, which is TJR shows you when he's getting in, as far as I know, from what I could remember. Okay, which is why I think he's so popular because people just copy what he's doing. And what's that guy's name? Yeah, I know I saw gold, but gold is just exploding. What's that guy's name? PJ Trades. He also is very good when it comes to explaining that if the trade does this, then he'll draw it up on his chart and he'll get in. You know, it's not an exact signal. It's not a copy me type of signal. I think he's doing it more for educational. So if people win the trade, it's great, but as long as they learn during the process. So if they are learning during the process, he doesn't mind if people copy him, right? As far as I know. If you are just going there every single day as a signal, that's a bit of a problem because then you're just drawing it up on the chart exactly the way he is, without actually listening to what he's saying, without implementing what he's doing. So my thing was, for a while, I was trying to find people to just copy because I said to myself, well, if they are successful, surely if I copy their trades, I'm also going to be successful. And then once I'm successful, I can then learn, okay, cool. Now I have money in the bank. I'm good. Everything's good. I've passed 2 accounts, 3 accounts, whatever the story is. Now I can spend some time learning how to trade and do all the stuff. But that could potentially work if you found someone who you could just copy straight away and you're willing to pay the $100 or $150 or whatever it was a month for their Discord group. Sure, right? But there were a ton of people that I did join, and I'll admit online now that I did join fully expecting to copy what they are doing and getting super frustrated because I thought to myself, they're not actually drawing it on their charts. They're just saying that they got in. And then like certain guys would be like, oh, did you guys get that? Like 10, 20, 30 seconds later, as the trade starts moving and it's going in the right direction, they would then reveal all of a sudden that they're in this trade, and they'll be like, okay, who else got that? You know, we were talking about it. Meanwhile, they weren't. They were just hinting at the fact that it could possibly do this and it could possibly do that. That's not them saying that they're going to get in. Now, the more you spend time with these individuals, the more you can read between the lines, and the more that you can actually determine for yourself if they are actually going to enter into a trade or not. So that was a big frustrating point for me, was joining Discord groups thinking that you're going to be successful because you can just copy. But then actually, while you're there, you start learning a bit of their strategy and saying, "Oh, this is actually quite a nice strategy." Um, yeah. But anyway, so that's I think is the reason why a lot of people will just give up a bit. They will just like, nah, I didn't make money. I joined the Discord and I didn't make money. And then trading's a scam, trading's this, trading's that. But reality is they didn't actually want to learn and they didn't have the basics. So I think if you're going to copy somebody online, you need to at least have the basics. So you need to at least have learnt RCT. You should know how to use your chart. You should know how to put in a trade. All these things are basics, right? So this fair value gap could be tested again and then pumps up. Okay. So okay, guys. So thing. We can't do too much. NAS is pumping. I mean, NAS is yeah, NAS is going as well. Gold is going as well. Creates a market structure shift. Khan is hopefully going to take one of these trades. So we're probably going to come up to this Asia highs. I mean, London highs. I keep saying that Asia, London. This respected this and just pumped. This could have been a trade. Okay, we inversed the fair value gap. We came down. So this could have been a decent long up, but wasn't the time yet. And it's in the middle, but it did bounce off the previous day high. That's one thing. Gold is just gone. Have to just wait and see what happens with it, I guess. Again, if we respect this fair value gap and we do push up and inverse above this fair value gap, then we could look at taking maybe a long up. But as I said, it could just inverse this fair value gap. So it depends on which one it's going to inverse as to where and which direction it's going to go. Another 7 minutes for this candle to close. AUD, just consolidation, I guess. Same with GBP JPY. Okay. Do have a little bit of an AMD setup here, but it is bullish, so I don't think that this would be a this would be interesting if it worked. There's a fair value gap here. It would be very interesting if this works. Accumulation, manipulation up into the fair value gap. Must be a 15-minute there, almost. Okay, and now could potentially inverse and come down. But we are bullish, and we have taken London lows, so yeah, we take that into consideration. Okay, so we're literally just sitting here and waiting, guys. Sitting here and waiting. Okay. Let's see, is Trump going to say something he shouldn't? Maybe it'll move the markets. I kind of miss chatting to my TikTok crowd because my TikTok crowd will have a lot of questions, whereas my Kick guys, besides Khan and one or two others, they don't communicate. They don't actually register that's what's happening. Okay, now it seems to be pumping. Let's see if there's an SMT that's forming at some point. Gold doing the same. Yeah, NAS and gold are moving. Okay, so if this respects this fair value gap, it's even more of a shot. It's even better that if this now respects, because look at this wick. This wick came down, came back into the fair value gap, and in 1 minute and 27 seconds, if it closes inside or above, and the following candle inverses this, then we will take a long up. That's just my opinion. We will take a shot with the long. If it inverses the fair value gap it's in now, then the shorts will be more, will make more sense, because then this fair value gap was used to respect to come down, versus this one is to respect and go up. I just don't think that shorts, you know, will be the direction that I would personally pick, because this is previous day low, guys. This is liquidity that's been swept in an hourly fair value gap, right? It's taken London lows, it's taken Asia lows, previous day low, and a fair hourly fair value gap. So a ton of things have happened in this little area, which is great, right? To then say, okay, we want London highs and we want previous day highs and a bunch of all this crap on the way up. That's my interpretation of what I'm seeing. Of course, that doesn't mean jack then if it doesn't want to go up. So I'm really expecting this, guys. There. Stop loss either below, but which is massive. Or we can go to the low of the fair value gap there maybe. And try and target all the way up. There. That's what I would like to see. A close here. For the next 15, this 15-minute candle here closes up here. And I would like to see this. So that's our plan for euro. It could be completely wrong. It could, next candle could just inverse down and just keep going. Sure, great. But we will react because we are reactionary traders. We are not predicting anything. We are reacting to what is on the charts. So if this candle goes up here and closes there, we will try the longs and see. So we have a potential sweep soon of the London highs, which is great. So NAS can do one of two things, guys. Obviously. But let's draw it out just in case. NAS could break through, sweep liquidity, come back down, test it again, and do that. Right? Because there might be a fair value gap here. Or NAS can break through, right? Down, test, go up like this. That's what could happen here. Let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens. Okay. No dump, just pump. Or I think Khan wants it to go up, 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 and then pump, dump during New York session. Give me a couple minutes, guys. So we'll be back now. Give me a second or two. I don't know, but I'm busy now, so I can't help you. Just make sure you have an account, and then you should be able to. Ah, what's up, guys? Sorry, I had to duck there for a second. What's up, guys? Appreciate the follow. All right. What did I miss? Let's see. Gold. Are we going to touch the London highs? Standard 23, how are you doing? I mean, not gold. What am I saying? NASDAQ, not gold. NASDAQ, I mean, gold. Same thing. Where's the retracement going to be? That's the question. The big question. Is there going to be a little bit more retracement, or is this enough? That is the million-dollar question. 8,000, here we come. $8,000 you've made, or price? Oh. You're looking at futures. I've got the Forex open, so it doesn't make sense when you say 8,000. 2 o'clock my time. I'm not sure what time it is on that US time. A few months will be 8,000, 100%. Um, so basically, I start streaming at what is it? It was an hour ago. It's about 8 a.m. New York time. About 8 a.m. Somewhere around there, where I normally start to. I appreciate it. 100%. We're just chilling, looking at the charts today, and just trying to catch a one or two call outs. And we'll see if we have another green week or not. Hope everyone had a good weekend. I did a stream on TikTok for a bit, and now do call outs on trading. Yeah. Look at Euro. Okay, so Euro is acting as if this is the fair value gap that's going to be respected. Okay. Zanet, I see you one of those guys that promote channels and stuff. I'll be fair with you and I'll be honest with you. I've literally got 10 messages from people wanting to add them to my Discord and add to their Discords, and so I appreciate it, but for now I'm just not gonna do that. But yeah. But thanks for your time. At some point maybe, but at the moment no. So I'm not gonna take this trade, guys, because I'm gonna cancel this one. But I'm gonna draw it up as if we were, because so let's say there to there, and we'll look at the short. The reason why I'm doing it like this is because 100% appreciate it. And the reason why I'm doing it like this, guys, is because we had the inverse there. We are kind of still respecting the previous day low in a way, but a lot of things have happened here for me to suggest that this could go long. So I will not be taking a trade here, but I'm going to draw it up on the chart to see if my suspicions are correct or not. $1,000 only? Bring 2,000. I tell you what, Zanet, you bring 2,000 people to watch the live, and I will subscribe to your channel. I will join your Discord. I will do all that stuff. 2,000 is the number. Of course, I'm just messing with you guys. So let's see if this sort of potential trade could work. I would not take this personally, but I am drawing it up in case somebody wants to. Because if you are going to take this trade, then because it's such a risky trade, you'd probably have to move to break even as soon as possible. Okay, because there's a bunch of liquidity here that's swept already. It might target this liquidity. There is a fair value gap here, so you could actually wait and say maybe this fair value gap is break even. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. I did say that if it inverts this fair value gap, being where it is, then yeah, this would be a fair value gap that it's respecting, and then this would be the directional inverse to come down in that direction. Same as if it had inversed above, I would have taken a long to target these London highs, as well as this fair value gap. So yeah, let's see if it plays out. I wouldn't personally take it, but I'm going to draw it up for anyone that does want to take it. Right. See how this AMD setup is so confusing to see the direction? It's because everything is bullish, bearish, market structure shifts, so this could be an actual long. It respected off a 5-minute there. It pushed up, but it respected the bearish fair value gap there. There's a market structure shift. It is respecting off another fair value. There's a lot of respecting going on here. So if we see a strong green candle up, maybe inversing this fair value gap here, then you could target these highs at the top. But it's just a bit of a mess, to be completely honest. You would need to see a close somewhere around this area for like one strong green candle close. And then you can go, okay, stop below the fair value gap, enter, and target the highs like this. Like that, stop below the fair value gap area, target the highs, but then you target 1:3, somewhere around there. Could go Asia highs. If you want to be completely safe, you can go all the way to the bottom of that fair value gap there. You know? Entirely up to you. Let's see if NAS pumps 100%. Well, we know it's going to at least get to here, which is London highs. But that's all-time highs, isn't it? No, it's not. What am I saying? All-time highs up there. I keep thinking about gold. Okay, So we'll see. Maybe it might target this high, yeah. New York. There's the pump. Here's the sweep coming soon. Interesting. Will we see an SMT? Will this sweep? Because ES has swept already. ES is still going strong. Nasdaq, is it going to sweep? Yes or no? Will this form an SMT? Yes or no? Interesting. Very interesting. Looking interesting. Does everyone understand the logic behind this trade? Even though it's not an actual trade, it's just me drawing it up on the charts. This is an hourly fair value gap that's now being almost disrespected again. This is a 15-minute fair value gap that has now been respected, and the following closest 15-minute fair value gap has now been disrespected, going down. So you would now target this liquidity down here, and I would go break even as soon as you do. And then there's another fair value gap here that could be targeted, but this down here is the actual main, I would say, meat and potatoes. Because remember, this is the previous day low, not the previous day high. So because it was the previous day low, my thought process was, okay, we swept it. We were going to come up, come down, respect this fair value gap, and then inverse this fair value gap. That was my idea. That's why I drew up the thing on the chart there. And I would have taken that, okay? I would have taken that. But now, if this keeps going down now, then obviously we're looking at all this liquidity being taken. It's a little bit hard now if it does go up now and inverse here, because it already inversed down here. But I suppose I could still have a small go at it, maybe. But I think I'm in profit now with my paper trading, guys. I'm still in profit, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reset this. Okay, I'm going to reset this to a 25k account, because that'll be the next one I'm going to be getting. And I have something I want to try. How do you reset it again? There. Reset. Balance. Okay, US currencies. Reset. There's a reason for me doing this, guys. And you will see as soon as I start to trade on it, right? I'm going to try a different way to pass the challenges. And it's a secret. And yes, it's a paper trade, guys, because I am testing. I am finding out the right way to do it that fits me personally. Because I have learned over the years everyone else's way of trading, everyone else's strategies, everyone else's preferences, everyone but my own. Every single person but my own. So I am going to now test things out and find out if what I want to happen and the way I want to do it is going to work or it's not. So I have something in mind and I'm going to try it out and see if it's going to be a valid way of passing prop firm challenges and see if it works. So we have a sweep of liquidity for NAS. Interesting. The SMT is playing a big part. So we've got a market structure shift on the lower time frames. So if this comes back up into this area, we could look at maybe, very interesting. Market is now open. There it is. There it is. Go to the 5 minutes. Never mind. The sweep. The sweep. Gold. Pumping, pumping. Okay, so the 15 came into a fair value gap and then just decided to go. Interesting. So it respected a 15. Yeah, there was no entry there. Unless you took it on the 15, which would have been interesting. Is that what you made? Holy shit. Always take risks, huh? Holy shit. Well done, bro. Well fucking done. Well, that's you for the day. That's a shitload of money. Well done. Well played. The Khan luck has struck again. Well played, bro. Well fucking played. Dude, that thing's still going, so I hope you didn't pull it. %, bro. 100%. Maybe wait for it to get to $1,000, bro. Don't just pull out. Wait for like $1,000. Hell, this thing might get to $2,000. No wonder you were like obsessing about NAS going up. Yeah, I was speaking about the inverse and the retest. 100%. This here was an obvious long. Thank God somebody took it. There's the inverse, guys. It bounced off the previous day low area. Okay. It comes up, it inverses with a strong green candle. Right. ES did the same, as you can see. Both inversing. Great stuff. ES was probably cleaner to get in, to be honest. And then it comes down, it retests this area. Right. Market, well, you can just take the first green candle up there, just enter here. There. Stop loss either there or by the lows, whichever. Let's say it's there. 1 to 3, long time ago. There. Perfect trade right there. This sweeps down, takes London low, previous day high. Yeah, it is previous day high. Okay, comes up, up, down, respects, inverses here, respects this, and pumps. Easy trade. Very. Yeah, I'm very shocked that you took this before market open because you don't normally do that. Hey, you've been getting very lucky these days, bruh. This market open could have easily just dumped. Easily just dumped. But well done, bro. Well done, well done. Can we get a clap for Khan? Can we get a clap? Let's give him a clap. 100%, bro. Yeah, get it, bro. What? I don't. You see, this is the thing about you, bro. I don't understand why that thing hasn't been activated long time ago. You have this mental block that you just, for some reason, I don't get it, bro. You're sitting on a gold mine, and this is what you're doing, Khan. You're sitting on a gold mine, but you only have one worker mining, where you have 30 workers sitting in the background, all on lunch break, just chilling and watching that one worker work. That's what you're doing right now, bro. You have one worker in your gold mine mining, where you have on the payroll, you have 30 workers sitting in the background with their lunch boxes open for 4 hours now, doing absolutely jack. I know, I'm just telling you that you're sitting on a gold mine and your workers are watching the other worker work. That's all. Some people don't mind that. Some people don't care. I'm just telling you that's what's happening with you. Yeah, well, Okay, these don't look too great, so we'll see how that plays out. Well, whoever took that trade, other than Khan, well done. Everyone, including Khan, well done. Um, I should have just drawn this up when I saw it, but oh well. It was before market open. I thought, nah, no one's going to be interested in taking it. Turns out Khan was. Why not, bro? Your luck doesn't just work on gold, bro. Your luck works on any pair you choose. So it's not a problem, bro. Nah, no, I'm just trolling you, bro. I call it luck. You don't have to call it luck. I call it. And it's not luck that, oh, you just push buy and sell and it just happens to work out for you. No, no. You do all your technical analysis. You do all the skill that is required to do for the trade. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying 9 out of 10 times, once you've done all that, 9 out of 10 times, the trade will go in your direction. That's just reality. And it's not anything to be like weird about. Like, there's people on this earth that things just happen for them. Cristiano Ronaldo, you know, is a unique person. He's got luck, but he's got skill. Messi, he's got luck, but he's got skill. Like, things just happen for people, you know. Um, all these famous movie stars. How many people want to be actors, but certain people get it? You just happen to fall in one of those categories, bro. It's not a bad thing. Like, you shouldn't take an insult in that. You shouldn't be like, oh, you're just saying I'm lucky. You're just saying I'm lucky. No, I'm saying you're just one of those people that things just happen to. You know what I mean? Which is a good thing. Fucking hell, I wish I was one of those people. Yeah, exactly. But you get the point I'm trying to make. You can doesn't have to be actors. It can be any massively successful individual. You know, certain amounts of luck has to be involved for them to get to where they are. It's that simple. I'm out time into this man. Huh? Not unsure what you mean. 100%. No. You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. See, this is where I knew that you would get upset, and I knew that you'd get triggered. I am not saying that you can just click buy and sell and it work in your direction. That's gambling, bro. What I'm saying is that out of all the times of day, out of all the trades you could have taken today, the mere fact that you picked that one and the fact that your technical analysis is the way it is, there has to be some form of luck involved. If there wasn't, it would be 100% win rate, which nobody has. Okay? So all these famous traders have some form of luck that's just surrounds them. You know what I mean? It just surrounds them. That's what I'm saying. And you just happen to fall in that category, which is great. I don't know why you just don't go, okay, cool, man, shot for the praise, you know, shot for the recognition. Great stuff, bro. You would have to look at the higher time frame for that to work on what you just sent me. It's not delivering from anything. See. Maybe the 30-minute there's a fair value gap there, but it doesn't even look like it's significant. For that to be an AMD setup on the larger time frame, I guess so, because it's accumulation here. But to say that's accumulation, manipulation, I guess so. I guess so. I know, that's what I've been talking about, bro. I said it took the previous day lows. I mean the previous day highs, not lows. So that's what I said. It took the previous day lows. I mean highs. That's what I was saying that during this trade. It ended up being a very good trade. While it was here, okay, I said there's an inverse there. It's taken the previous day highs. Okay. So it swept the lows there on London lows. The only issue is it wasn't delivering from a higher time frame fair value gap to the left here. That's the only issue. That's the only issue that I had. You know, this retest, push up, here would have been perfect to enter. That's exactly where you entered. Nothing wrong with that trade. Absolutely perfect. At the same time, as you entered, it could have taken this high here, right? Let me just put things into perspective. Could have taken that high there, right? As it pumped up a little bit and said, thank you very much. I'm going to come back down for these lows here. See what I mean? This is what could have happened. And you know that could have happened. From there, where you entered, sweep down. This is what could have happened. But the kind luck said, no. Let the trade go. Like frozen, let it go. Let it go. Yeah. You should own it, bruh. You need to own the kind luck. You should be like the kind luck has struck again. You know how I know it's kind luck, bro? It's because every time you and I take a trade together, for some reason, it doesn't work. Look at our last, I would say, look at our last 10 trades we took together. And when I say took together, I'm talking about the exact same trade, right? How many of those worked? And how many of those actually worked where you got stopped, I got stopped out and you actually won the trade? Then you know. We take the no, no. 9 out of 10, he says. 9 out of 10. Hey. No, I'm talking about the trades where our stop loss is exactly the same. Dude, that one trade we took, our stop loss was exactly the same. And somehow I got stopped out and you didn't, and then the trade just went in your favor. How can you not call that kind luck? That's crazy. Oh, you talking about 9 out of 10 stops? Yeah, 100%. But that's what I'm saying. And how many times out of the last 10 trades that you've traded by yourself that you've won? You've probably won 8 or 9 out of 10, right? That's no exaggeration, bro. I'm telling you because I remember. Okay, I remember. Most of the trades we've traded together the last 10 times has been not good. And I know for a fact, because you send me the messages every time you win, right? That the last 10 times you've traded, most of them have been good. By yourself 10 out of 10, exactly. With me, you lose 8 or 9 out of 10. That's what I'm saying. That's the kind luck. No, you I know you're trying to how do I say? I know you don't want to sound it doesn't want to seem like you lose trades because I know you do. I can admit that I've lost a ton of trades, bro. But I know for a fact, 100%, that the last 10 times you and I have taken the exact same trades, 70% of them have been losing trades. I know that. And that's not me just trying to like exaggerate. That's just me telling you that if I join your trades, then your kind luck is not really going to last. The Sean curse comes in. No, clan. Since I've started streaming here, I've had green weeks. Couple of green days in a row. 1 or 2 red days here and there. Last 2 days have not been good. Callouts have been good. Watch, I will short NAS right now. Yeah, because if you do, you get your kind luck. Dude, you could long NAS right now and still win. Come on, bro. Let's not play games here. Dude, at the peak here, right here, you could place a long, and then all of a sudden it's 1:3 and it'll end up here. Like this is what I'm saying. I don't know why you're getting so like otherwise about it. Just accept the fact that you have kind luck and we can move on. I don't know why you arguing with me about this. I'm giving my opinion, and it's a very good opinion. Markets just happen to work in your favor. It's a skill that a lot of people don't get. You can say that you have Sean's luck, but you and I both know if you had Sean's luck, you would not be there typing right now. You'd be crying. So you've got to be a different type of breed to accept Sean luck. You've got to be built different. You've got to be built different. It's okay, bruh. I've never heard of someone not liking the fact that somebody's saying that they are extremely lucky. It doesn't make sense to me. Viking bread, bro. You must know. It's in my DNA. Put it this way, do you want me to say that you're not lucky? Is that something you want me to say? Is that you have no luck whatsoever, Khan? Everything you do is just unlucky. Like, I don't understand. Here's the logic. Thought I was being nice by saying that you have Khan luck. Yeah, yeah, bruh. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, time to create this for him. Upload, upload. Probably move my charts if we can see the price while I do this. Do, 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 do. I've got a gift. Elements. Upload. Do, 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 do. I've actually got proud of this. You put texture. Bold effects. Yes, let's make it effects. Oh no, he's gonna be pissed. He's gonna be pissed at me. Mm, mm, mm. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Ah. What do you mean, bruh? It's a jade stone for luck. It's a four-leaf clover for luck. It's a rabbit's foot for luck. And it's a horseshoe for luck, bruh. And it's kind luck. Mm. You like it, bruh? All for you, bro. All for you. That's the rabbit foot thing that's connected. Wow, what do you mean? Oh, your mind is dirty, eh? I see what you mean. Okay, we finished making fun of Khan, guys. Let's look at some of these trades. 10 o'clock, so this could be the 10 a.m. reversal, even though it's a continuation. Okay, let's see, this one. Okay, so this one would not have worked. It's respected, but then it decided not to come down. So, respecting this fair value gap, so we'll see if it goes back up. We did not take this trade, guys. We just drew it up because we wanted to have a strong displacement. So if it closed up here with the body, then we could have considered taking this, but it didn't. Euro, as I said, I expect this to go up because previous day low has been taken. In my head, I expect this to be inversed and this to then be go up. That is what I expect. That is what I expect. You can even look at the 30 minutes and go, okay, there. So that's a bit of a higher time frame than I'm used to. You don't like it, bro? I worked hard on it, bro. I did a whole 5 minutes trying to sort that out. You don't even appreciate my gifts. Come on, bro. So we had an inverse here, guys, on gold. We come down, we respect it inside the inverse. Okay? So a lot of times you'll see there's obvious trades. Okay? If you had a bullish like direction for the higher time frames, which we do have, you could easily take this at this close here and try and target previous day highs up here. That would be a trade. However, down here would be better. This is not to say that this won't work. It just means that down here would be a lot better. Okay. If you look at the 5 minute, once again, we have strong displacement up. We have a retest, and then you could have easily taken that. Okay. Personally, I don't know if I would have, even though we saw, because you've now taken London highs, Asia highs with this strong green candle. This could have come down and inversed so that we can come down and take the lows. That to me would have made more sense. Okay, but because gold is gold and you just long gold, you can literally just close your eyes twice a day and just go long gold, and then you could probably hit a win most of the time. Euro, strong green candle, not looking decent for this short. I didn't expect this to work. As I said, I just drew this on the chart because this is the direction that could possibly play out. But I did tell you guys that I would have preferred this to inverse and go long. That's just my opinion. Everything to me screams like it should go long. But that's my opinion. We have a fair value gap above here that it needs to inverse on the hourly. We have a 4 hour above, our fair value gap above. To me, I would like it to go long. So if you're in this trade, that I did tell you beforehand, before you even should have got in this, that I would prefer it to go long. I just drew this to show the direction. So no, that's not an actual trade. Look at this. AUD. Takes London lows. Let's see if there's a 1 or 2 minute entry. Anybody anywhere? Probably. Let's look at the 3 minutes. Oh wow. Okay. Interesting. We get the massive accumulation. We get the manipulation down. We come up. We don't inverse. And it accumulates a bit. And eventually we inverse. And then it comes down. There's no retest of anything. And then it just goes. That would have been a very difficult entry. GBP JPY. This, I was so bummed that this couldn't close up here. This would have been a decent long. We needed it to, where this wick is, we needed it to close there. So anyway, then it slowly it inversed, came up again, and now could run for these lows down here. Okay, this is a target that could be run at. Accumulation, manipulation up, inverse. So this could be the AMD setup here. Again, could be, could not be. Remember what I said about gold? Is if you took this continuation at the time, it doesn't mean it's not going to work. And there it is working. So I said over here, you could literally wait for how much further it's going to come down to retest. So it obviously came down to here, and then now it's pumping. Great stuff. Whoever took gold longs, great. We all know Khan took Nasdaq, which is good. That was probably the trade of the day there, which was great that he found that. We spoke about it and didn't take it, but didn't think it would push up like that. It was also before market open, which could literally easily have gone the other way. So that's why I kept saying Khan luck, trying to irritate him. I am happy for him, guys. As much as I troll him, I am happy for him. We not like that, bruh. We not like that. Yes, this is the chilled stream today, guys. Nothing crazy exciting happened. We had one very good setup here, which Khan took. We had one or two that were not that great. We didn't take anything, but even this one's now doing exactly what I wanted to do. So I'm going to cancel that because it means nothing. So it's happening a bit too late, I would say. It still could work if it inverses and closes here somewhere. I still do see this going up, but I really wanted it to happen here. I really wanted that inverse here. Then all of this would have been unnecessary and this would have been here somewhere. That's where I wanted it. AUD is just going. Sweep, sweep, inverse, no retest. Doesn't make too much sense. And also, these are not my trades, guys. This is the indicator trades. So if you see these on the charts, this is not me. This is the indicator that Khan created. Taking the trade, exiting the trade. But it's not a real trade. It's a trade that's just part of the indicator. Just so you guys know. Because you might be seeing all these things and thinking, yo, he's taking trade after trade. Any potential setups we've kind of just missed. This 3 minute could potentially have been a trade here, but got accumulation, manipulation down. You know, there's a fair value gap, I'm sure. Down here there must be. Or break a block. It's not too bad actually. So you would then, if you were to take a long, it would be this. Either this inverse would have been better. Stop below there, and that would be your long all the way up here to the previous day highs. But that's if you were going for this long setup. I did not see it, guys, so I did not call it, and I did just drawing it up after the fact, so don't get too excited. Nasdaq, yeah, not really a re-entry anyway. Euro is doing exactly what I wanted it to do over here. It's doing now. Come on, Euro. Why would you do this? So late. Okay. We have accumulation, manipulation. Let's just look on the hourly. $30. 30 minutes not bad. 30 minutes bearish. Everything's bearish. Card sending me voice notes. Malaka, bro. All good. Well done for the win today, bruh. When you make that amount of money, going to bed is a lot easier. You know what I mean? So money makes you sleep very good. Laka. Have a good one. Hopefully you're requesting a payout at some point. Jeepers. If you don't do it after today, there's something wrong with you, I think, bro. Then you need to go have a check. You need to go have another checkup from a doctor. But yeah, bro. Laka. A lot of people will chase this trade and put the long right there. They'll put a long, like as it gets here, they'll put the long stop loss below this fair value gap, and then they'll try and ride it all the way up here, which is, hey, it works sometimes, it doesn't work sometimes. So it's a hit and miss. I've tried that before so many times, and it would work every now and then, but then every now and then it'll just get wrecked. And then when you get wrecked, you try it again, and then you get wrecked, you try it again, and then you revenge trade, and it just spirals from there. Trade of the day was Nasdaq right there. Yo, this was the trade of the day. Respect previous day high, came up, inverse the fair value gap. That was the key level fair value gap. Retest, enter, and wait for it to get up here. When it gets up here, then you pump it all the way up. Sometimes you just have to take it. I spoke about it before, as it was respecting this fair value gap. I spoke about this. I said why this could go up, and thank goodness he took it. He made some decent money. Look at this. He caught this whole, well, not the whole move, but he caught a big move up, which is great. As we said, here's the inverse for GBP JPY on the 5 minutes. And I said to you, if it inverses this, then this respecting of this fair value gap means something. And that now it's going to go down, and now it's targeted this. So we'll see if it's going to target this. So here's the close below. It's a little bit too far away, so you would wait for the retest. So this would be your trade. Right? Somewhere around here would be your trade. Stop loss maybe over here. And you would target this. 1 to 3. This would be a target. At the moment, you'd be at break even, because this would be your break even area. Again, I am drawing it after the fact, but I did talk about it as it was happening. I said to you guys, if it inverses, this fair value gap I've taken away because it's no longer relevant. I said if it inverses this fair value gap, then we're going to target the bottom. If it inverses this fair value gap down here, that's when you know it's targeting the bottom. Right? this area here. So you've got 1 minute and 38 seconds, we'll see. So not a bad day in terms of call outs. One or two not so great. Average. We certainly didn't know that this big move was about to happen, but I did know that if this was going to be respected, that we were going to come up here. I just didn't know it was going to be that big. But anyway. Lekker, brah. Shot for the conversation and the laughs. I do appreciate it. Well, it seems like we've seen all the moves that we need to see for the day. This, like I said, probably going to come down here. When it gets here, if there's a reversal, look out for that. Look out for an accumulation around this area, and then a manipulation down, and then an inverse here to go up. All right, or it'll come bounce, sweep, inverse of fair value gap on a smaller time frame, and then just go up. You need to look out for those two things. And if it's going to continuate down, then you need to look out for the break below this, retest at that same level. Maybe there's a fair value gap that's created there. It'll retest the fair value gap and it will continue going down. I mean, those are your three real options here. You know, I would not maybe look at now the inverse here to go up, because I think it is coming down here. Hey, unlucky, bruh. Unlucky. Yeah, you must do that, bro. Take that amount, request it, so that you have secured profits in this, what do you call it, in your account, and then at least now you've actually withdrawn, so it's good. You know, you've got you living the dream, bruh. You got the dream ready. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna actually call it there, because all the moves have happened already. I don't think there's going to be a massive reversal. I think gold is going to come to previous day highs. So you can either take a long here, wait for it to come down, then take a long at some point. So yeah. Good luck, guys. Have a great one, and I will see you guys in the next live. All the best.